Head football coach Wayne Dabbs, it's game week as Mount Vernon opens the 2019 season against Prince Avenue on Friday. Okay, Coach, let's pick up where we left off from the scrimmage a couple weeks ago. How's practice been?
It's been a good week. Last week we were able to get, after the scrimmage, able to get in pads a few more days. It wasn't quite as hot, so rules allowed us to be able to get into pads. And that's what this team needs more than anything, is just more practice, more experience, quicker tempo and things like that. But I think the guys have responded well from the film that we watched against Walker and then working this week in preparation for the upcoming year.
What are some of the fundamentals that the coaching staff wanted the players to key in on?
You know, it's not their fault. You know, I mean, we keep talking about it, until this team gets the experience, you know, just practicing good habits. Well, what is a good habit? And we have to teach them what a good habit is. You know, what are fundamentals? So they think that they're practicing hard, but until they get the experience going against really good opponents, it's hard for them to actually understand that. But early in the year, you know, conditioning is always going to be something you have to work on. Your pad level is always something you have to work on. The speed of the game, making quick checks, communication, like all of those things. It doesn't really matter what position you play. You know, 4 or 5 things I just mentioned relate to every player that we have. And as we get into the season, we start preparing for, you know, opponents on Friday, you can start really detailing what some of those specific fundamentals are. But regardless, the 4 or 5 things I just mentioned will be things that we will have to continue to work on each and every week, regardless of who that opponent is.
That opponent this Friday is Prince Avenue, and they have a good ball club.
Yeah, they do. Coach Vandegrift's a good friend. They got, I think, Brock, their quarterback's committed to Oklahoma. You know, he lit us up pretty well last year with a really good secondary. So, you know, they're going to be a very challenging team, but that's okay. You know, we're not putting everything into game one. Our thing is, it's Monday practice. Let's get our guys prepared. Let's get our guys ready for a long season. And regardless, win or lose a game on Friday, it's really about how you respond to it. If you go beat them, awesome, but that doesn't make or break your season. If you lose to them, it doesn't make or break your season. Our goal is just to get better each and every week in preparation for a really long season. So that's been our goal since we've been here, and we won't change that.
As a staff, what do you see as some possibilities that where we could be successful on Friday afternoon?
It's hard to tell. From watching them in one scrimmage, you know, everybody looks at scrimmages differently. They were pretty vanilla. You know, they don't want to show a lot of stuff. They got things that they want to specifically work on. And it's the same thing we did against Walker. But, you know, they look a lot like they did last year. They're just very fundamentally sound. They're a solid ball club, great coaching staff. They're going to be where they're supposed to be. So we'll have to work extremely hard. You know, if we have any success, we'll have to work extremely hard to be able to do that.
Speaking of working hard, let's give a shout out to your assistant coaches. They have worked hard all summer.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words, that group right there. They, you know, all summer they work their tails off. In the weight room, they're up here working these guys out. They're conditioning them all summer in the heat. They never complain because, you know, it's hard to find guys that do things for the right reasons. And Coach Hogan, Coach McKeel, Coach Hill, Coach White, Coach Gray, those guys, they do things for the right reasons. They do it because they want to be good role models and invest in young people's lives. And that's the only reason they do it. The success that our guys have brings them happiness and joy. When our guys are discouraged and disappointed, that's when they get discouraged and disappointed. So I couldn't have asked for a better group of coaches to mentor our players, to be best friends for me, to be great examples. They challenge me spiritually, they challenge me, you know, physically and mentally. They're my support system, so couldn't ask for a better group of guys to be around our young people. And our Mount Vernon community should be very thankful that we've got a group like that supporting our football program.
We're thankful for you and your coaching staff, and we're also thankful that this Friday night we get to suit up and play a ball game. Coach, good luck this week.
Thank you.